Good morning, boys. Let us go to the next part of units and measurements. In the previous video, we have studied units and measurements 1, and there we have seen various systems of units: CGS, MKS, FPS, and also the latest version, that is modified form of MKS, SI. And have you remembered, in SI there are totally 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities, and throughout class 11 and class 12 we use mostly SI, but sometimes they may give in CGS or FPS. Then we should know how to convert this into SI. That's what here we are going to learn in this topic. Today's topic also mostly concepts, theoretical based, and then numericals also we do. So before entering into that, let us see some rules and regulations, guidelines for writing SI units in symbols. Guidelines for writing SI units in symbols. These are just like our traffic rules, some of them following and many of them violating it. In the same manner, here also we got some guidelines for writing SI units in symbols. So let us see them in depth, and if possible, please try to incorporate this when you are doing numericals. First one, small letters are used for symbols of units. I think you have observed, generally we use the small letters. But there is some special case later on we are going to see where we use capital letter. So most of the symbols what we are going to see are based on small letters only. So small letters are used for symbols of units, like amount of substance, mole, mass, kg, time, second. Like this small letters we use. Length, meter. In this way we use small letters for the symbols of units. Understood this? And symbols do not take plural form. No plural form, always we use singular. So it is not kgs. Kgs is wrong. It should be kg, not newtons. Do you know what is Newton? Unit of force. It should be Newton only. Newton, correct. Kg, correct. Kg is wrong. So they cannot take plural form. We won't write meters. We say meter, second, 200 second, not 200 seconds. But in general we say seconds, but if you are writing, please be careful. Symbols do not take plural form. Understood? Symbols are not followed by a full stop. Generally we won't keep any full stop after the symbol we write. Remember this. Symbols are not followed by a full stop. The initial letter of the symbol is capital only when it is named after a scientist. Important this one. Initial letter of a symbol is capital only when it is named after a scientist. For example, Newton. Newton is the name of a scientist. No, he is a very famous scientist. So whenever we use unit of force as Newton, single letter we use capital. Joule, J. Watt, W. Here we are going to use capital letter if it is named after a scientist. So the initial letter of the symbol is capital only when it is named after a scientist. Full name of a unit begins with small letter even if it is named after a scientist. If you want to write the full name now, we won't use capital letter. We want to write Newton. So N-E, Newton. Or Joule. Joule. Watt. W-A-T-T, Watt. Even it is named after a scientist, if you want to write full letter, full name, then we follow with a small letter, not with capital letter. So these are the guidelines for the symbols of units. You would understand? So before closing, small letters are used for symbols of units. Symbols do not take plural form. Symbols are not followed by a full stop. If the symbol is made up of named after a scientist, we use capital letter. And if you want to write full, even if it is named after a scientist, doesn't matter, you have to write full name with starting with small letter only. If you want to write full name, please start with small letter. If you want to write only one letter, if it is named after a scientist, please write capital or else write small. These are the rules and regulations or guidelines for writing of symbols. Understood? Okay, now let us see abbreviations in powers of 10, which is very useful in our calculation numericals point of view, because with the help of this we can express if the magnitudes of the physical quantities are very large or very small. It is convenient for us to express them in terms of either multiples or submultiples of SI units. Repeating once again, when the magnitudes of physical quantities are very large or very small, it is always convenient for us to express them in multiples or submultiples of SI units. Then how to express them? What are the multiples and what are submultiples? Let us see now. Coming to this multiples, prefix and symbol. 10 power 1, we call it as deca, DA. This is the symbol we use and this is the prefix we call. Means if you want to write full, we write deca. If you want to write in the form of symbol, we write DA. But this we won't use. I'll say which one we are going to use mostly in physics numericals. 10 power 2 hecto, but this also we are not using. It is H. 10 power 3 kilo, it is K. 10 power 3 kilo, K. Mostly we use this. Kilo. So remember this. 10 power 3, multiple is 10 power 3. Then it is called kilo, symbol is K, small k we write. Kilo, kg, km, kilometer. Kilo means we have to use 10 power 3. So this important we use mostly. Next 10 power 6, this also commonly used in physics numericals. Whenever it is 10 power 6, it is mega, starts with capital N. Multiples will give capital letters, whereas and submultiples we give it small letters. Multiples we give with capital letters. That's why see here, mostly M, G, T, P. These are all mostly capital letters. Some rare cases, both are there, but mostly we give capital letters. Remember. So next, 10 power 6 means mega. Mega means capital M. Any difficulty in that? This is very important, mega. So here, remember, from here we are going to start capital letters. This is small, this is small, this is small. 10 power 9, giga. G, and 10 power 10 tera, it is T. 10 power 15 peta, it is T, and 10 power 18 exa, it is E. Mostly we use kilo, mega, 10 power 9 giga. These are the three things we use mostly. Kg, kilometer, mega 10 power 6, giga 10 power 9. Mostly we use them. Here onwards, capital letters are there. Please check. This one. If you remember, it is enough. Remaining won't come into picture. Understood? So coming to this, submultiples. Lesser magnitude. 10 power minus 1, deci, starts with D. 10 power minus 2, centi, starts with C. Symbol is C. 10 power minus 3, milli. So we use 10 power minus 2. We use 10 power minus 3, milli, millimeter, milliampere. 10 power minus 6, micro. This also we use mostly. 10 power minus 6, micro. This is the symbol. 10 power minus 9, nano. 10 power minus 12. In class 12 we use this most. In capacitors, pico. 10 power minus 15. In modern physics we use this to represent size of the nucleus. So in submultiples we use 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 6, 10 power minus 9, 10 power minus 12, 10 power minus 15. Submultiples means to represent lesser magnitude. Multiples to represent larger magnitude. So remember, whenever the magnitudes of the physical quantities are very large or are very small, it is always convenient for us to express in terms of either multiples or submultiples of SI units, like this: deca, hecto, kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa. Mostly we use kilo, mega and giga. Whereas in submultiples, 10 power minus 2, centi, 10 power minus 3, milli, 10 power minus 6, micro, 10 power minus 9, nano, 10 power minus 12, pico. Because generally in the numericals they give in terms of this. So you should know how to convert them. Understood this one? Multiples and submultiples. The meaning of multiple and submultiple. Let us do some examples. It will be more clear. More clarity you'll get. 1 MA. What 1 MA stands for? A stands for ampere. M stands for small m stands for milli. So this is nothing but 1 milli ampere. 1 milliampere. So how to write? Milli means 10 power minus 3 A. That is the meaning. Milli means 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3A. Understood? This one how to read? 1 microgram. Micro. 1 microgram. 1 microgram. 1 mg, generally we write 1 mg. No need of writing m also. So 1 microgram. So we can write here 10 power minus 6 g. 10 power minus 6 grams. 10 power minus 6 grams. Understood? Next, 1 gigapascal. Capital G. Giga. PA stands for Pascal. Pascal is unit of pressure. So how to write this? 1 gigapascal. Giga means how much? Giga means how much? You can see there. Giga means 10 power 9. So 10 power 9 PA Pascal. Here 1 nm. Can you say this now? N stands for nano. M stands for meter. Nanometer. So what is its value? Nanometer means 10 power minus 9 meters. Next 1 FM. F stands for femto. Femto means 10 power minus 15. So we can write this as 10 power minus 15 meters. 1 capital M O symbol. Symbol of this one is omega. Omega is for resistance. 1 mega ohm. That is ohm symbol, no? Resistance. 1 mega ohm. Mega means 10 power 6 ohms. This is the way to represent. Understood? Any difficulty asked? Mostly we use kilo, mega, giga. Here we use centi, milli, micro, nano and T. And sometimes here femto. This in class 12 mostly we use. This in nuclear sizes to represent we use. Remaining all we use is a common and numericals. Understood how to convert them? 1 milliampere. 1 milliampere means 10 power minus 3 amperes. So this is very very important. Abbreviations in powers of 10. So let us see how to convert from one to another given in this particular table. Observe carefully. Sometimes we may get area in centimeter square, but we have to convert that into meter square. This is given in centimeter square and you have to convert into meter square. It is given in submultiples of fundamental SI units. We want to convert into meter square. It is must. So remember, always before doing numerical, please write the data what they have given and see whether they are following the same unit systems of units or not. One is in CGS, other one is MKS, or other one is in FPS. We can't solve them. All must be in the same system of units. So it is must every time before starting the numerical, write all the data and check whether they are given in proper units or not. If they were not in proper units, proper system of units, please convert them. Like this, see, you are doing a numerical in SI system, but they are given area in centimeter square. Centimeter is CGS but not SI. So it is necessary for us to convert centimeter in terms of meter, which is SI. So how to convert this? 1 centimeter square into meter square. We know what is centi. Remember, 1 centi equal to 10 power minus 2. So 1 centimeter equal to how much? Therefore 1 centimeter equal to 10 power minus 2 meter. Can you write like this? Centi means 10 power minus 2. So 1 centimeter equal to 10 power minus 2 meter. So that is 1 centimeter square means 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. This I can write 10 power minus 2 meter into 10 power minus 2 meter. 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 2 becomes 10 power minus 4 meter square. So finally I can write 1 centimeter square as 10 power minus 4 meter square. This is the way to convert. Easy only. If you know submultiples and multiples properly, easy for us to convert. And always, repeating once again, before starting the numerical, make sure that every physical quantity what we are going to use there should be of same system of units. All CGS or all MKS or all FPS or all SI 1 CGS, 1 SI not acceptable. Understood? So this is the way to convert 1 centimeter square into meter square. So 1 centimeter square equal to 10 power minus 4 meter square. Understood this one? Centi means 10 power minus 2. 1 centimeter means 10 power minus 2 meter. But we require square, so square it. Next, so what is the answer? 10 power minus 4 meter square. 1 milligram, small m stands for milli, into kilograms. So 1 milligram, you want to convert this into kilograms. 1 milligram into kilogram you have to convert. So milli means we can write it as 10 power minus 3 grams. 10 power minus 3 grams. But I want to represent that in kilogram. So I want to convert gram into kilogram. So I know 1 kg equal to 1000 gram. So 1 gram equal to 1 by 1000 kg. 1 by 1000 kg. So in the place of gram I can write 1 by 1000 kg. So this becomes 10 power minus 3 into 1 by 1000 kg. So 1 by 1000 is also 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3 into 10 power minus 3 kg. It becomes 10 power minus 6 kg. 10 power minus 6 kg. So 1 milligram, if you want to write in terms of kgs, it is 10 power minus 6 kg. Repeating once again, 1 milligram. Milligram to gram. Milli means 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3 grams. Now 10 power minus 3 gram, but I want here kilogram. So I know 1 kilogram equal to 1000 grams. So 1 gram is 1 by 1000 kilogram. So in the place of gram, I can write 1 by 1000 kilogram. So this is 10 power minus 3 and this is also 10 power minus 3. It becomes 10 power minus 6 kilogram. Understood? Therefore 1 milligram means 10 power minus 6 kilogram. Followed? I'll give exercise also so that you can do them. Any difficult again you can ask me. Should I have this? Next. 1 millimeter square into meter square. 1 mm square. M. First one is, this is symbol for submultiple, milli, and this is unit. 1 mm square, millimeter square. So 1 mm, 1 mm. This is for the submultiple. This is for the unit. So it indicates 1 mm. So m stands for milli. This m stands for meter. So I want to write in meters. Milli means 10 power minus 3 meter. But he is asking 1 mm square. So 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter. I can write it as 10 power minus 3 meter into 10 power minus 3 meter. It becomes 10 power minus 6 meter square. 10 power minus 6 meters square. This is the way to convert millimeter to meter. It is must because most of the numericals they won't give units properly. Some units will be given in CGS and you have to convert into SI. It is a must. So this is the way to do. So 1 mm square is how much? 10 power minus 6 meters square. Very important. 10 power minus 6 meters square. Next. You have to convert 10 gram per centimeter cube. 10 gram per centimeter cube into kilogram per meter cube. Sometimes we use G, sometimes we use GR, sometimes we use GM. For gram, we used to write full letter, or we used to write GM, or we used to write G. It depends. But there is a convenience, flexibility is there. No need to follow exactly G every time. It depends. So gram, GM also we write, GRM we write. So 10 gram per centimeter cube to kilogram per meter cube. Do you know what this gram per centimeter cube represents? Density, mass by volume, density. So in most of the numericals we get density. There instead of giving in SI they may give in CGS. SI is kilogram per meter cube and CGS is gram per centimeter cube. It is necessary for us to know how to convert gram per centimeter cube to kilogram per meter cube in easy manner. Let us see how to convert it. So first 10 as it is. So 1 gram to kilogram. Just now we did how much? 10 power minus 3 kg. 1 gram equal to 10 power minus 3 kilogram. That is 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000. So you can write here 1 kilogram means, just now we are written 10 power 3 grams. So 1 gram is 1 by 10 power 3 kilogram. So 10 power minus 3 kilogram. So 1 gram, if you want to replace with kilogram, multiply with 10 power minus 3. and centimeter cube. Centimeter cube. 1 centimeter cube. Centi means 10 power minus 2. So 10 power minus 2 meter whole cube. This becomes 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So wherever I got 1 centimeter cube, if I want to convert into meter cube, I can write 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So now 10 gram per centimeter cube, 10 gram per centimeter cube, I can write it as 10 into 1 gram, 10 power minus 3 kg by centimeter cube in terms of meter cube, 10 power minus 6 meter cube. So 10 power minus 6 going up becomes 10 into 10 power minus 3 into 10 power 6 kilogram per meter cube. This comes out to be 10 into 10 power 6, 10 power 7 into 10 power minus 3, 10 power 4 kilogram per meter cube. So 10 gram per centimeter cube is 10 power 4 kilogram per meter cube. This is the way to convert from gram per centimeter cube to kilogram per meter cube. I'll give fair copy also, and I'll give some numericals, and if you got any difficulty, please ask me again in Zoom class. I'll explain once again these conversions, which are very important and which are very necessary for us in doing numericals. Most of the times they won't give you correctly, they will give you indirectly, and it is necessary for us to convert that into SI system, and this is the way to convert. Understood? Let us see some more examples now. Conversions. Coming to the next one, 36 kilometers per hour into meters per second. Generally, these are the conversions we got. I'll give in fair copy, a small exercise, you can do it. And also I'll give assignment based on this. You can complete that, any difficulty you can ask. But please be thorough with this type of conversions, which will be very useful in the coming classes. 36 kilometers per hour into meters per second. Directly can remember the conversion factor. Before that, let us do here. So 36 kilometer. 1 kilometer. Kilo means 1000. So 10 power 3 meters. And hour, we know 1 hour equal to 60 minutes, but we require in seconds. So 60 into 60, it becomes 3600. I simply write 60 into 60 seconds. 60 into 60 seconds. So 1 hour equal to 60 into 60 seconds. So let us use here 36. In the place of kilometer, I can write 10 power 3 meter, and in the place of 1 hour, I can write 60 into 60 second. So here 0, you have to cancel it. 36 kilometer per hour. How much are you going to get? 1010. So here 10 is left. 6 and 6, 36 gone. We got 10 meter per second. So 36 kilometers per hour is equal to 10 meter per second. 36. So kilometers per hour equal to 10 meters per second. But generally we remember like this. 1 kilometer, generally we remember in this manner. Shall I have this first? Understood how to convert? Kilometer to meter, 10 power minus 3. Hour to seconds, 60 into 60. So 1010, here 10 power 3 cancelled, 110 left. 36, 66, 36 cancelled. So answer is 10 meter per second. But generally remember, every time we can't solve like this, then students used to memorize this. Like this manner, directly they used to keep. For example, 1 centimeter square. How much it is? 10 power minus 4 meter square. 1 mm square. How much it is? 10 power minus 6 meter square. 1 kilometer per hour. How to convert? How to convert kilometer per hour? Conversion factor 5 by 18. 5 by 18 if you multiply, you get into meters per second. 5 by 18 is the conversion factor. Remember, for example, 36 kilometers per hour. 36 into 5 by 18. 18 twos, 10 meter per second. So multiply that kilometer per hour value with 5 by 18. Suppose 36 kilometer per hour. 36 into 5 by 18. Suppose 72. 72 kilometer per hour. So how much you have to do? 72 into 5 by 18. 20 meter per second. So every time you need to solve like this. Time waste for you. Remember 5 by 18 conversion factor. 5 by 18 conversion factor. If you multiply with 5 by 18, this given kilometer per hour value, you are going to get in meter per second. Students used to memorize like that easy, because every time doing like this is difficult. So what we have to multiply to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second? With 5 by 18. With 5 by 18. For example, 360 kilometer per hour. 360 kilometer per hour. I want to convert into meter per second. So with what I have to multiply? 360 into 5 by 18. 18 here, 20 times. So answer is 100 meter per second. This is the conversion factor students used to remember. It is up to you. You want to remember, or else you can do like this only. 1 centimeter square. Every time you need to check. Directly can write 10 power minus 4 meter square. 1 mm square. 10 power minus 6 meter square. Whenever you got kilometer per hour, you want to convert it to meter per second. Multiply with 5 by 18. You are going to get meter per second. Reverse also possible. If meter per second is given, multiply with 18 by 5. You get kilometer per hour. If meter per second is given, multiply with 18 by 5, you get kilometer per hour. If kilometer per hour is given, multiply with 5 by 18, you get meter per second. And one more important factor. Gram per cc to kilogram per meter cube. This is also very important. Student used to remember this. Shall I have this? Understood this one? This one. How to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second? If you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, with what you have to multiply? Multiply this with 5 by 18. So remember this. Share up this. Next one. 1 gram per cc or 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to dash kilogram per meter cube. This is also very important. Every time you need to solve, you can remember directly the multiple factor, how much it is. See here, 1 gram means how much you can write? 10 power minus 3 kilogram centimeter cube, 10 power minus 6 meter cube. This comes out to be 10 power 3 kilogram per meter cube. Repeating once again, 1 gram per centimeter cube equal to 1 gram means 10 power minus 3 kg. Any difference in this? And 1 centimeter cube is 10 power minus 6 meter cube. Centi 10 power minus 2. 10 power minus 2 cube is 10 power minus 6 meter cube. It becomes 10 power 3 kilogram per meter cube. If whenever you want to convert 1 gram per centimeter cube into kilogram per meter cube, multiply with 10 power 3. For example, 10 gram per centimeter cube. Want to convert into kilogram. So 10 into 10 power 3 kilogram per meter cube. For example, 0.9 gram per centimeter cube. You want to convert into kilogram per meter cube. With what you have to multiply? 1000. 0.9 into 1000 kilogram per meter cube. It becomes 900 kilogram per meter cube. This is the way to convert. Understood? Gram per centimeter cube to kilogram per meter cube. Now what I am saying is, students, if you are interested, you can memorize these multiples. Not interested, you can do like this. Understood? So totally 4 I say. Centimeter square to meter square, 10 power minus 4 centimeters, millimeter square to meter square, 10 power minus 6. Conversion of kilometer per hour to meter per second, you have to multiply with 5 by 18. Conversion of gram per centimeter cube to kilogram per meter cube, you have to multiply with 1000. Interested? Remember, not interested? Do full form. This is the way to convert from one system of units to other system of units. Now let us see some common practical units which we use for measuring length, mass, time, pressure. Some common practical units. First one we are seeing practical units for measuring small distances. Sometimes instead of saying the value of the distance, they give letters like this, some words like this. So we should know those words. So now we are seeing practical units for measuring small distances. To measure very small distances, we use some practical units, and you should know, you should have the knowledge of those practical units. First one is Fermi. This we use in nuclear sizes. To measure nuclear sizes or to give the nuclear size, generally we take the help of Fermi. Fermi is also called femtometer. Already we know what is femto, 10 power minus 15. So femtometer. So 1 Fermi equal to 1 Fm. F stands for femto. Femto means 10 power minus 15. So wherever you got Fermi, it is equal to 10 power minus 15 meter. For example, you got 1.2 Fermi. It is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meters. If you want to convert into SI, this is the way. So Fermi is very important. We used to represent nuclear sizes. Next, angstrom. Angstrom and nanometer generally we use to represent wavelength of light. Wavelength of light. So one angstrom unit to represent wavelength of light we use. One angstrom unit equal to 10 power minus 8 centimeters. But I want to say in meters also. Easy now. What is centi? 10 power minus 2. So we can write centimeter as 10 power minus 2 meter. 10 power minus 2 into 10 power minus 8. 10 power minus 10 meters. So one angstrom unit is 10 power minus 10 meters. Nanometer. It is also used to represent wavelength of light. 1 nanometer is 10 power minus 9 meters. 1 nanometer is 10 power minus 9 meters. Like angstrom, sometimes we use nanometer also. And M. N stands for nano. Nano means 10 power minus 9. For example, 650 nanometer wavelength is given as lambda equal to 650 nanometer. If you want to write in meters, 650 into 10 power minus 9 meters. That is the way to write. Or 700 nanometer. Lambda is given as 700 nanometer. This you want to write in meters. 7 into 10 power minus 9 meters. Multiply with